Hi Kiwi, and welcome back to a new episode of Pikmin 1. We are heading back to the Forest Navel. We are going to try and recuperate the losses from the last episode, and by that I mean, well, we're still starting from scratch, but the last episode, both the last 2 days, were kind of a hot mess. We did not collect a single part, I think, but we did gain access to a bunch, and in theory, if we optimize properly, we may be even able to get like 5 pieces in one day. That's not likely going to happen, because just rebuilding our numbers is going to take half the day as it is, but we'll see what we can get. Ultimately, my goal right now is to go collect the sheer grubs back by where the mushroom friend is, and probably 1 sheer wig for each color to start, and then going from there, likely I will aim for bolstering our reds the most, because they do the most damage and we need to burst down things pretty quickly. The blowhogs are a good way to get numbers very quickly. The mushroom itself is a target, so we have some fighting to do today, and if we can gain access to the distant spring sooner than later, well, that would be great. Anyway, I'm going to leave these guys over here to try and collect some nectar first while I take out the sheer grubs, and then I'll pull everyone else over for the sheer wigs after the fact. That's 1 sheer grub. I will try not to take enough damage to start the beeping. It will inevitably fail, and I will have to deal with that sound effect. All right, there is 1 more sheer grub. I'm going to try and take him out and not kite the... Oh, there are 2 actually. Okay. That's 1. That's 2. Okay, good. All right, now let's get the sheer wigs out this way a little bit, because if they come out far enough, the Pikmin will actually not path through the fire area. Well, unfortunately, there's the beeping. Go ahead and grab these guys. We have 3 flowers, so we've got some good damage. Just missed him. Got it. Good. Okay, that's 1. We'll try and get the red Pikmin to carry that sheer wig back sooner than later, because that's the one that's priority right now. There was another sheer grub, I think, that can be triggered, so let's make sure you're taken care of. Okay, sheer wig. Sheer wig over here as well, I think. Yep, there you are. Now let's get this guy to fly if I can. That way he comes back on this ledge, so we don't have to get too close to the Wollywog to run risk of him being a problem. Perfect, that's 1. And then we'll throw you from behind so that we can try and tag team him. Perfect. This is exactly what we want. And then I line up the shot and I miss. And I line up the shot again and I don't actually line up the shot. Okay, well, then. I am almost dead. I think I am 1 hit from death on this guy, so we're gonna do our best not to die here. I apologize again for the beeping. It will only be for this part of the episode, it seems. Okay, yellow is on his way back that way. Red is almost back to base. We're gonna babysit blue. Blue is taking, yeah, the fiery path, not a surprise. Okay, and hopefully Wollywog is not attracted to us, and if it is, it's too slow to be a threat. This yellow is left over from a previous day, so we're just gonna go ahead and cook it. That's fine. Into the fire you go. You're not allowed to survive, and no one ever saw you. You were... you did not matter. Okay, perfect. We're making it past that first fire geyser. They really did code the pathing of your Pikmin to have to go through both fiery areas with no, like, reason for it. Thankfully, with just a little bit of a well-timed throw, we can bypass that, and we are going to heal first and foremost so that this beeping stops. Oh my goodness, there's gonna be a lot of that in this area, it seems. There's just so much combat and so many threatening things. All right, there we go. We need 7 pieces to access the next area, so we won't be unlocking the distant spring today, that's for sure. But we'll be close to doing a bunch of other stuff, at least. We'll be close to unlocking it. The question is, where are the other pieces that I'm gonna aim for in this area coming from? Or do I go back to the previous area and collect from there? I think we can probably... That one is definitely easy enough. So it'll have to be this piece that requires blues, I think. So basically, if we want this to happen, we're gonna need to get a bunch of blue Pikmin again. Fair enough. Not my favorite way to do things, because I mean we missed our chance, honestly. We had such an amazing chance to do that earlier, and we just kind of blew it. Entirely my own fault, admittedly. Such is life. Alright, that's a whole lot of things. I'm going to try and get this Wollywog to come over this way, so that he leaves our red friends alone. Of course, if I do this, I am setting myself up for immediate failure. Alright. All of the things I'm trying to move are stacked on top of each other, which makes it hard to separate the Pikmin out. Hopefully that worked. Nope. Almost did. Almost did. 1 and 2. Perfect. Okay, there we go. Let's go head back to base now and grab the yellows that spawned and start sending those towards bomb rocks to break open some walls. The more walls we open early, the more things we can do pretty quickly in this. All right, we've got a couple blues. I think what I'm going to use the blues for at this point is I'm going to just have them harvest nectar for the reds. Because at this point, the blues are just, they're not relevant outside of just being numbers. Unless I go for this piece that's over here in the water. I don't know how many Pikmin it takes though, and I'm not really I'm not in a good space to optimize around blues right now. Yeah, let's just send some blues at nectar. That's one place where nectar can spawn, that's another. And then we'll grab this third one, and then between these three locations, we should have plenty of options for nectar. I don't want to bring the blues with me. So, of course, one yellow. So Pikmin 1 is formulated such that the way it works is the Pikmin you throw is prioritized based on proximity, not staying consistent with the color that you chose. So it can be a tad frustrating to play around, I suppose. So what we're gonna do here is, again, we're gonna grab some bomb rocks and try to break open doors. I have somehow lost a yellow. Where did you go? Are you caught under? Were you there? Oh, no, you were there the whole time. Okay, good enough. Grab that last bomb. Okay. So I think we start by just trying to break down the doors that are closest to us so that we get quicker access to the things that we are trying to bring home. We are already at 31 Pikmin, which is a reasonably good number, but not enough to move all of the parts at once. So, let's see. I think we made pretty good headway on that other door, but I think I'll toss all three of you guys here. Good. All right, you guys wait here for now. We got one thing of nectar, and we should have a fair number of reds waiting to bring more pellet posies back to base. I'm going to send these guys after all these pellets, and we'll just take whatever color we get at this point. I'm going to go ahead and pluck all of these guys. I'm trying to think aloud. The fact that we haven't broken down enough doors is a bit of a problem for like fully optimizing the run, because we just can't get everything we want easily without those doors having been broken down. But I think what I'll do is I'll collect these two pellet posies, and then we'll send all of these reds against this blowhog here, because it's not in an area where we have to worry about triggering the Wollywog. And they're just going to keep running at it until the thing is dead or they are dead, but they can't die because they can't be lit on fire. And in the meantime, we'll take these yellows and start breaking down more walls. So maybe what I actually do is I break down the wall that's close to our base so that we can get the gear and the float back to base much more quickly. I think that's probably how we do this. So we'll send these three yellows that way. I feel like I should have gotten 4. Did I not bring a sheer wig back? I guess I just brought a sheer grub instead of a sheer wig. Because, again, sheer wigs do grant 3 Pikmin? Or, sorry, 4 Pikmin. I guess sheer grubs only grant 2. They are tiny little creatures. Would you guys kindly grab your bomb rocks? There we go. All right. So, back to base. We're at a total of 40, which means we can definitely move things. And the Freds just finished taking that guy out. So, we'll have everyone we can collect the corpse. They actually dropped a fair number of pellets too, which is quite nice for us. Alright, I think we just prioritize getting this guy back to base. And in the meantime, we move these bombs and try to gain access to from whence we came. Alright. That should bolster our numbers pretty well. Hello, Sir Red. You're just standing there next to a pellet that you could have collected. That's fine, I guess. You big friend. All right, so hopefully 3 bombs is enough here. I'm definitely going to kill a yellow here. You are so lucky you didn't die there. You are so darn lucky. And by lucky, I mean all skill. Definitely was all according to plan. All right, so what does this bolster us up to? I'm gonna grab these pellets over here too if I can. And then we have some nectar on the field, so I will prioritize that next. And once that nectar is obtained, then I can hopefully... Really? You just all decided that one pellet was worth the entire army? Oh well. Okay, so we've got 12. I think we have enough now. So once everyone's back in base with these pellets and the the blowhog that they're carrying back. We will go ahead and try and nectar as many of them as we can and start collecting some of those pieces that are strewn about the base. I wonder if I even bother trying to get the mushroom at this point, because we just don't have the time, I think, unfortunately. Try and not kite him through the nectar if I can. Okay, good. But yeah, we have a good number, at least, here, and this should give us a whole bunch more. So I might have been a little bit starry-eyed with how many I thought I could take. In terms of what gets priority, I think things that have to cross through fire should probably take priority here. Let's collect these guys. We've got this door open, which means we should be able to collect these pieces over here pretty quickly now. Actually, they can't go through here. Never mind, it was a waste of resources. Darn it. Whatever, let's get the float moving in the meantime. I didn't even bother grabbing the nectar. This is not going... Well, in typical fashion, it's still a bit of a hot mess, unfortunately, Kiwi, but we're going to have a whole lot of... We have 55 Pikmin on the field. That's probably the most important thing to recognize right now. We have 55 Pikmin on the field. That affords us the ability to move 2 pieces at a time, effectively, assuming the float doesn't get caught on the ground, on a bit of terrain again. I can collect a couple more Pikmin from this group here. Let's see, we need 15, or I'll grab a couple more. Okay. I think we only need 15 to move this gear, if I recall. Good. Yeah, 15, so let's toss you, and then we'll send the reds over here to collect these pellets. Okay, good, we got a pellet. Both of these are going to be red, excellent. So that should add our numbers pretty quickly. Okay, good. We are 1 short. Where are you doing? There you are. Okay, good. All right, so we've got those 2 pieces moving. If I had bombed down this wall, that was probably the wall I actually needed to bomb in hindsight. Oh well, unfortunately, we did not realize that until it was a tad too late. So I think next step is likely we go for the one that had been guarded by Beatty, I think. Or I just accept that I get these as close to base as possible and then prioritize moving everything else. I'm not sure what's more optimal here. There is something really satisfying about collecting all of the parts in a single day, so maybe I do that. I don't think it's really necessary. We are kind of set up poorly for the next day, though, because I don't really have a good way of gathering Pikmin count. Everything's super far out, and I don't think these sheer grubs over here have respawned. So maybe what I do is tomorrow we go to a different location. I do think we'll be able to move at least 2 more parts, getting them at least part way back to base. So here's what we do. We're gonna let you guys get off of that float and grab the nectars first, because that'll just speed things along. I should have done this from the start. That was definitely a little bit of a mistake on my part, but this should make things move a lot faster. Go ahead and grab that. You guys do not need pellets. Right, once this gets back to base, we go straight for the beady cave, and we probably kill the mushroom friend, honestly. He should die very quickly once we get him tripped upside down. And even if we can't bring his part back, we can at least humor the thought that we may, in an ideal world, we may have been able to do that. Base load. An excellent swimmer like me has no need for something like this, but my motto is always be prepared. Really, it's just for emergencies. 6 out of 30 parts, 6 more to go before we unlock the next region. Okay. That's good. All right, all of you guys come with me. We have 40 on the docker. Honestly, I think what we do is let's toss all of the non-reds here. I think that's it. Okay, good. Let's go take out the... Well, let's go get the piece that Beatty dropped, which I think took 20, and then we'll send the remaining 15 against the mushroom. If we can't kill him, that's fine. If we can, awesome. We'll have his part accessible for the next day. I think that's all we needed. Come on. Good. Okay, that's moving. Great. So we've got 14 Pikmin to... I wonder if I honestly just go back to base, grab these guys for an extra bit of fighting force. Might not be a bad idea. I do try and leave the Wollywog in the area alive because it's close enough to base we could probably harvest it for more Pikmin. Automatic gear. It has thin cracks running through it. I tried to fill them with dirt. I hope it will be all right. All right. I think, honestly, we just send it. I think we just send it. As soon as he falls upside down, we have our... Yeah, we only have a minute left. I don't think... Okay, he's already fallen, so let's just go ahead and toss a bunch onto his butt. We probably won't kill him on the first cycle, but if we can get him to at least half, we're good. We may actually just get him. Okay. Awesome. Oh. In typical Pikmin enemy fashion, he has 0 HP, but he has to play out his attack before we can do anything with it. I found the Omega Stabilizer. I absolutely must have this piece if my battered ship is to ever fly again. It has steered me through countless deep space storms, and it looks rather cool. I don't know, to me it looks like a piece of an apple, honestly. It takes 30 Pikmin, we're not transporting it today. Okay, that's fine. We got 2 pieces back to base, and we've got a 3rd in transit. We've got access to that one pretty freely. We just, basically at this point, we just need to get a bunch of blue Pikmin and start working our way through this area. But I think we need enemies to reset, so I'll probably go to a different location in the next day. All right, we don't need you guys to get back to base, that's fine. You served your purpose, you committed murder. Arguably genocide, considering that was the only one of its kind. Wait, actually, does it count as genocide if there's only one of its species, or is it just we have committed extinction? I don't know, I'm not the one to sort of think about these things. All right, let's see if we can't try and take out some of these guys out. We're gonna just take some Pikmin out back. No one need to watch, no one needs to know what happens. This should be far enough from base where you are just not safe. I don't actually know where like the bounds of base actually extends to. It looks like those guys were close enough, unfortunately. The ones that were carrying the beacon are probably not, though, and definitely the ones we left back by the mushroom are gone. 6 days since impact. I have seen that, at times, the leaf atop a Pikmin's head will grow into a bud and then a flower. It appears that if I do not pick the Pikmin's sprouts, they gradually bloom over time. Fascinating, this melding of plant and animal traits is surely unique in the natural world. I have found flower Pikmin to possess increased swiftness. When in a rush, I found pressing and holding A, then calling the flower Pikmin forth with X to be quite an effective strategy. Wait, what? Pressing and holding A, then calling the flower Pikmin forward with X. I can do that? I didn't actually know I could do that. I've also learned that new sprouts found growing on days following fierce battles are the results of seeds being left behind. Yeah, we definitely had a fair few sprouts left over from casualties. All right, well, we'll take it. It wasn't the cleanest day. We got 2 parts. We'll get 3 parts tomorrow, I hope. But let's see, where do we go next? We do have blue, so why don't we go back to the Forest of Hope? We can actually get a fair few parts today, probably, because a lot of things will respawn here. So that's where we're heading. We're heading to the Forest of Hope. This place is far kinder to us than the Forest Navel. The Forest Navel is just sometimes a little too brutal for its own good. Okay, let's see. How do I optimize this? There should be dwarf bulborbs that should give us a very quick bolster to our numbers in short order. That's likely where we start. Okay, let's grab 1 red, 1 blue, 1 yellow, and we're just gonna go out and take out a bunch of enemies. Now, basically, I think the plan here is, since we have blue Pikmin, first step should be gain access to this part over here that's blocked by water, and gain access to this part that is technically blocked by water. And if we can, gain access to the Snagret layer as well, but that's a lesser priority, I would say, because it doesn't strictly need blue Pikmin, it just benefits from having them, because then I don't have to worry about accidentally drowning them. All right, you guys go ahead and take him back. So blues are our priority. Hopefully. So I don't quite understand how the game decides which one is going to take it back to base first, but honestly, getting some yellows early isn't a bad thing either. We'll use the bombs to take out the adult Bulborb, so I'm not going to complain too much here. If we get a, oh perfect, a pellet posy, or a pellet. Those guys are heading back to base. We'll take a, I'll just throw hands until they get back. When I see the number go up, that's when I head back, because it takes a little bit for the Pikmin to sprout anyway, so it doesn't hurt to wait a little bit. Okay. So first batch will go to the yellows, and that is fine. I am going to, just so that I can somehow make numbers work in our favor, have that blue bring back the red pellet. Yeah, it's suboptimal, but again, we kind of need blues more than any other color, but an early little lick of yellow is still very good for our purposes. Once we get a total of 10 Pikmin, we harvest both of these Bulborbs, and that's going to basically double our numbers very quickly. Please kill it, please kill it. Okay, good. We heard the sad sounds, but that doesn't mean that anyone was eaten. Good, good. Right. 5. Okay, I didn't have, oh, I do have 6. Hold on. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Come on, there you go. Come on, there we go. All right, perfect. So the way I do this now is we should have 2 blue Pikmin. And I just need to make sure that I have a greater number of blues than any other color to harvest those Bulborbs in the direction they need to go. Perfect. All right, so that's the plan. Let's go ahead and switch you guys off. Hopefully that counts for blues, or somehow you... whatever. Actually, let's go this way, because there should be another dwarf. Yep, there's another dwarf bulborb, and its parent hasn't respawned, which is honestly great for us. We would rather not deal with this, deal with the adults. I wonder if the shearwigs have, or the sheargrubs have respawned over in this area. Arguably, I could have just sent these guys at him. I don't think I would have lost them, but I don't want to risk it this early. We have a fairly finite number, and we want to get things back to base as quickly as possible, and we're not going to be doing so with with Pikmin getting eaten alive. So now we are in a good... we have enough Pikmin to collect an adult bulborb, and that should really just speed up our number count, our number farming pretty quickly. Use these to grab another... I think we take out one adult, and we'll take both out both adults, but I'll stick with just the yellows here so that I don't risk the red that can't really do anything other than get caught in the middle, unfortunately. You go over here, you go over here, and that should take you out pretty quickly. There we go, perfect. That was as good as it could have been. Hopefully there's at least one more bomb rock in this can, which it appears there is. Perfect, 1, and then 2, and that should be another dead adult bulborb. Perfect. Okay, wow, that went... for a change, things actually went really well. Hooray, okay. That is going to give us a ton of numbers very quickly. Again, we use them to prioritize taking down walls first, and then we go from there. Ideally, I would bomb the wall that's over here, but it's blocked by water, so there's really only one way to do it unless you're a speedrunner or someone who knows the ins and outs of Pikmin like no one else, and I am not one of either of those kinds of people, as cool as they might be. Alright, I think as fun as a dwarf bulborb would be to bring back to base, it's just we have exactly 20 Pikmin, and priority goes to the things that benefit us the most. Hopefully there's an even spread of blues and yellows there. Why are you not helping? What is happening? We had 10 Pikmin on either side. What are you guys doing? Come on. Oh boy. Okay, good. They're both going to blue base, which is great. All right. And the pellet posies are starting to spawn, which is also very good. So I'll start DPSing this and hoping that I can knock it out on blue, yellow, blue. Okay, got it. Good. All right. Every little bit of Pikmin count helps. Good. All right. So we're pretty well set up now. This should give us a very quick, large sum of Pikmin. All of the correct color, hopefully. Perfect. These guys are about to get back to base with a large haul of increasing our number. This should effectively double us, double our Pikmin count, actually. It's going to be a pretty sizable increase. Is my hope, at least. We'll see how it actually plays out. Okay. Yeah, that gave us 33, or we're at 33 now, and then from 33 to 45. So yeah, it gives us 12. That's fantastic. I don't actually know if we really need much more than that, but I mean, every little bit does add up. Good, that's going the right way. Another blue here. And I think let's just get these guys starting to build the fence at this point. I think we've got enough. Oh, hey, shear grubs, okay. This isn't gonna end poorly, me doing this. Not at all. Well, this guy has taken 2 lifetimes worth of damage, and yet still, unfortunately, there is no saving that one Pikmin that got eaten. Alright, there's a corpse over here, so let's collect that, grab that, and then another one over here, and we'll just go ahead and toss these over here. We may as well. It's more numbers. We're definitely playing a numbers game at this point. And I'm gonna go ahead and... Actually, before I do that, let's get you guys in the grass. If we can get some nectars for all of these blues, that'll be amazing. That'll really help us in terms of doing all of the tasks that we're setting out to do at this point. Inevitably, they're gonna get 1 nectar, all of the leaves are gonna eat it immediately, and then we'll be kind of stuck where we're at. Or they're not gonna find any. Unfortunate. Even more unfortunate. Alright, so at this point, we're just getting numbers. We're at a very nice number of Pikmin sprouted today. All right, now we prioritize taking out the walls that require blues and get the non-blues on the gate up ahead, I think. This almost feels in excess of what we need, to be honest. Oh well. So I think what we'll do is let's break away these yellows. Oh, nope, just yellows. Or blues. I am... My brain and colors just do not seem to to agree on terminology sometimes, and I don't really know why, but it's kind of embarrassing to see in post the number of times I've just said the incorrect color for no reason other than I guess I'm not paying attention, or I don't know. Whatever the cause, it's just sad and embarrassing. All right, so we're sitting at a nice total Pikmin count at this point. So I think the things we do right now is let's start breaking down this bridge. I really want to get this bridge built, and I want to get the piece that is across it to base. After that, if we have time for it, we try and get the what is it? We try and gain access to the Snaggart area. As a kid, the Snaggarts were objectively terrifying to me. I am glad that fear has long since been abated by just game knowledge, and then later iterations of the game making them not nearly as much of a threat and just absolutely demolished by flying Pikmin. But Pikmin 1 enemies are just really scary, not just because of the damage the damage they can cause, but they're basically immortal on their own terms sometimes, and it feels a little unfair, to be honest. Let's see if we can get some nectar here. Just one dollop of nectar will give us a whole lot, and then we got a second one. So we just got basically over 50 flowers, 58 flowered blue Pikmin. That should build this bridge really quickly. Get them up here, and they should be able to move this part. As long as the part is moved into an area that's accessible, that's really all I care about at this point. It doesn't even need to be that I get it back to base. I just need to get it accessible. Do I have any loose Pikmin still? I have one sprout over there. We'll probably ignore it, but what I think I'm going to do is, since we've already used all the Pikmin that were allotted, I'm going to just make sure that we don't have any reserve Pikmin. So don't look at your screen if you are faint of heart again. Yet again, we're gonna have some not necessarily deserved casualties here. Let's go ahead and just see them. Well, if nothing else, they're having a very nice bath before whatever this is. I'm not sure if that was one of our yellows or if it's just a straggler, but I'm going to assume that was a yellow that tripped and just stayed at the base, or I outsped them. Do we have any other reds? We do. Okay, let's go ahead and get rid of you guys as well. I know we have some residual blues. I'm going to kind of just leave them be. Admittedly, I don't have a way of killing them off quickly right now, and I'd rather not waste time on that when I have other priorities to deal with. All right, place your bets, Kiwi. Who's going to build the bridge first? The short bridge with the very small number, or the long bridge with the very big number? Oh, I have a sheer grub fighting against these guys. That's kind of funny. Oh well. Looks like the big bridge is going to be our winner here, probably. Oh, nope, small bridge. Would you look at that? Oh, and there goes that, I guess I should have killed the sheer grub after all, because there was no hope for it. Let's see. I think I'll just have you guys hang out over here for a second. Actually, I think I can probably at this point toss you over and have you add to the bridge. Let's do that just to make it a little bit faster. Then what I try and do is I partition the ground Pikmin, the Pikmin that can't deal with water, for this piece, and bring the blues elsewhere. Okay, perfect. So that's 10 right there. I found my Sagittarius. My son gave this to me as a present. It brings to mind visions of my son back home on planet Hokotate. Oh, to be back there right now. Let's see, this requires 20. So here's another 9. And then 1, 2, 3, because why not? Okay, So we've got a little bit of time to get something else back to base. Honestly, do I risk it and try to go for the Snagret? I don't think I do. I don't think I have enough time, but I would humor myself with the attempt, honestly. I'm willing to risk it. The piece doesn't have to get brought back through the water. We don't need blue Pikmin anymore, so like the next day we just try and get as many reds as possible. Probably a small number of yellows to bomb things. And then I think we're probably good, but let's go ahead and just sneak past the sleepy Bulborbs. We might actually have enough time to kill the Snagret, actually, looking at it. We have so many flower blues, I'd be silly not to try. All right. I'd also be silly to not be able to move this box, right, Kiwi? That did not go the way I hoped it would. I don't actually know if this box moves any faster with more Pikmin on it, to be honest. All right. So we've got about a minute to kill this Snagret. Let's get as many of these guys across the bridge as we can. We ignore the first Snagret because it's not actually relevant. It's the one that spawns over here that we want killed. And then we aim for the head as best we can. As best we can. I think I'm getting it. I'm at a really bad camera angle, unfortunately. That was a pretty good amount of damage, and the Sagittarius has made it back to the ship. So at the very least, we have gained a piece today. We gained access to one piece, we gained a piece to another piece, and we can start moving the third piece. So I think we're all right. This was a gift for my son. He must be very worried about me. 8 out of 30 parts, a couple more to go. Meanwhile, these Pikmin over here are just gathering nectar, and I am missing horrendously. Okay, I think I'm hitting the head. Can I... The camera does not want me to angle upward, so that would be the ideal situation where I could see this head more easily. Also, I missed my opportunity. That's actually a chance where you can get some free damage on him without him being able to fight back. Oh well. We are at the very least doing some damage. All right, I'm at a better angle here. Please let me kill the Snagret before the day is up. Please, 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 please. He's getting stuck again. Come on, go, 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 go. Aim for the head, aim for the head. I don't think I'm gonna get it. Oh, it's so close. All I need to do is kill it. That's all I care about. If I kill it, I can come back and collect its part later. All right, there we go. Okay, good. And we saved the ones that got eaten. Cool. It's the Geiger counter. Every spaceship needs one of these, but I don't actually know what it's for. Every once in a while, it goes wild and lets out a lot of noise, but I never pay much attention to it, so it doesn't do me much. It doesn't do me much good. I really should read that manual one of these days. It is definitely funny to think about how terrible a Captain Omar might actually be. Oh, come on, get it over the edge, come on. Oh, no. Oh, it was so close to being moved to a place where we could collect it so much easier in the next day. Unfortunate. If I had just had the camera cooperating with me, I would have been fine, honestly. Oh, well, such is life, but we'll come back here tomorrow. I think we only have 3 parts left to collect, and I can definitely do that in a single day. So, yeah, I think we've got a good day ahead of us. All right, well, at the very least, the bare minimum goal we need is a part a day, and we are definitely ahead of schedule on that front, so we're doing all right. 7 days since impact. What exactly are these Pikmin? One could classify them as both plant and animal. They mature from leaf, but to bud, and finally to blossom. When all of one color are lost, the onion instinctively puts out a new seeds. How does it know to do this? What a mysterious life form. All right, Kiwi. Well, I hope you have enjoyed watching, and if this is helping you fall asleep, fantastic. That's not the outro. I've forgotten my outro. I hope this is helping you fall asleep, and if you're sleeping, I hope you're sleeping well. I love you, and I will see you in the next one. In the next one, we are going to clear the Forest of Hope, probably go back to the Forest Naval, and finally gain access to the Distant Spring. We are at 8 ship parts out of 8 days, so we are on a 1-to-1 basis, but I think we'll be speeding things along soon enough. With all that said, look forward to it, sleep well, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, love.